What's up, guys? Tugi here, back again, and today, I don't know what today brings, as weird as that is to say. We will finish up Season 3 in this episode, but what the team looks like is the big question. A lot of suggestions on what to do with this team. Obviously, most of you saying, hey, Patrick Laine needs to be on the first line, and I do agree with you, but once John Tavares is healthy, just what do we do? Like, does Kuznetsov go? Draisaitl? Do we get rid of Lappin? Or do we do something like this and have Lappin on the fourth line and get improvements on DeGiuseppe and Dowd and get a third line center that can play, and we'll have Poirier over here? Like, I'm not even going to try to go through all of the options. The only thing we can do for now is to start to and the other big thing, I should say this. Another big suggestion was to, of course, package some of those players together to get a defenseman. Problem with that right now is we're not moving Sergachev, Larson. I'll show you the player values. That'll help you a little bit more to understand the current predicament that we are in. And it is quite the predicament. We have cap space, of course, so that is not the issue. We don't have either of our first-round picks in the next 2 years. That's a bit of a problem. Anyway, you can see Adam Larson's value. You could argue, well, maybe trade him, try to get somebody better, and we could do that. I mean, he's not bad. It's just offensively, he's not amazing, but he is a great defensive shutdown player. We have him on a two-way role just because of the 85 offensive awareness, and he's on a pretty good contract. But, we could potentially move him out. Sergachev goes nowhere. Oli Alevi, he's only 20. Why would we get rid of him? Madison Bowey's been great this year. And, well, no, never mind. Not this year. Last year. No, last year he wasn't. When was he good? I could have sworn he was good at some point. I was mistaken. A plus 14, though, so I'll take that. Larson, we can't move because look at the contract he's on. Look at the contract he's on. So that basically leaves Bengtson, who's doing great this year. It would be Bengtson or Bowey. We really wouldn't want to move either, would we? So it is a tough situation. So what we are going to do, as I was saying, is we're going to sim to just shy of the All-Star break. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're at the All-Star break. Oh, my God. I think I ended one of the last few episodes saying hopefully I can talk in the next episode. That has not happened. We have fucked up tremendously through the first 3 minutes, but we will carry on. You knew what I was going to say. We're going to sim to just shy of the trade deadline. That will be the 27th of February, and we will see if we can find a weak link. Someone like Kuznetsov or Draisaitl that really doesn't step up, and then maybe we'll explore it a little bit better. Or if this team really continues to roll, maybe we just keep the band together, go all out, try to win this cup, or try to win the cup this year, and then deal with the consequences of that. Anyway, so I can stop making an ass out of myself by messing up every fifth word, let's move forward. Let's sim to the 27th and see what situation we will have on our hands. 2 losses. 1 in regulation. This team is on fire in February. Of course, if you count the LA shootout loss, that's 3 losses, 1 in regulation with the games you can see right here. 36, 16, and 8. We have a goddamn dilemma on our team. We are 7 points clear of the Dallas Stars, when early on in the season, it looked like we were going to be left in the dust. And we have a game at hand. We have a game at hand over them. This is unbelievable. And it puts me into a very, very difficult situation where I can admit this team has some deficiencies, but also they're gelling right now. These are the lines that we have been rolling with ever since Tavares came back. Michael Dal Colle, it just clicked, and he is amazing so far this year, up to 50 points. You have John Tavares, who not doing tremendous, if we're honest here. Laine doing very well, obviously. Huberdeau doing very well. Kuznetsov not too bad at 33 points. And then Jack Eichel, again, not too bad. You'd expect more out of Tavares and Kuznetsov. But overall, I really can't complain too much. I mean, you could argue about the combos here. I mean, whether or not, we should have, say, Eichel on the top line instead of Tavares, or because Huberdeau is doing so well, we could go with Huberdeau, Dowcall, Laine, and then Kuznetsov, Tavares, Eichel, which was the old second line and first line just swapped. The third line is interesting. Timo Meier, we have to have him on the third line. I wouldn't want to drop him down to the fourth line. He only has 25 points this year, but I'm not too upset about that. Draisaitl, again, somewhat disappointing. Emile Poirier, though, has been amazing ever since we signed him. Then we have Lappin down on the fourth line, which, again, we were probably going to have to get rid of him at the end of the year anyway, so it's one of those things where it's like, well, we could just keep him and play him on the fourth line. We have such a tough situation on our hands here because Draisaitl's great. Like, even early on in the year when Dowcall was like an 82, 83, even an 84, we'd go best lines and it would put Dowcall in the number 2 center role over Leon Draisaitl, despite the player roles having Dowcall at a third line spot and Draisaitl at a second. I don't know what to do, is what I'm saying. Sergachev is great right now. Larson's playing well. The other Larson's playing well. He's a plus 21. He and Bowie are a good combination. Bankston, a plus 10. Just, do we keep the team the same? Is the question. Is this the combination to get it done, or do we go out and try to get that elite defenseman? And again, it would probably be Bankston. That's the sacrifice. I'll be honest, I have Aaron Ekblad in mind. We would have to probably give up Kuznetsov or Olli Juolevi to get it done. I would rather keep Juolevi. So we could go with Kuznetsov. And then from there, it's tough to say. It is. Like, who would replace him? Would we have Draisaitl? So it would be it'd be something like this, where you'd have Meier, Emile Poirier, even though he's not the best center, or we could go out and get a third center. So it would be Draisaitl, Tavares, Eichel, Meier, somebody, Poirier, DiGiuseppe, Dowd, Lappin, and then defensively, it would be Sergachev and Aaron Ekblad, Larson and, well, actually, it'd have to be Adam Larson and Madison Bowie, and then Jacob Larson would be down on the third pairing with Olli Juolevi, because it would have to be Lucas Bankston that gets traded. It would have to be. I'm not giving up Olli Juolevi. I'm not giving up Larson. Despite him being a low elite, he has turned into a 92, 93 overall monster in the Bruins series, so I'm not giving up that hope. And then Adam Larson, if we get Ekblad, much like we had with Chychrun in the Nord series, like that is the top, and Savard too for that matter, like he is the highest level of a top 4 defenseman that you can get. So that, I'm going to wrap this episode up here. I really am. We're going to call this an episode right here, because I want to know 100% from you guys. What do we do? Do we keep the team the same? They're clicking right now. We're in first place. Do we just stick with it and hope for the best? That's option 1. Option 2, we go after Aaron Ekblad. We go after Aaron Ekblad, and that means trading Lucas Bankston, and that means trading Evgeny Kuznetsov. I'd like to say Draisaitl, but because we don't have, we'd have to give up first-round picks. Like I said, we don't have our next 2 first-rounders. We'd have to give up a first-rounder 3 or 4 years from now just to hope that we could get Draisaitl to work. So that's the situation. I mean, like I said, it'd be Bankston and somebody else. We could possibly tack Nick Lappin on there, or we could just keep him for the season and trade him at the draft. We could probably put Kuznetsov well, Kuznetsov, maybe doubtfully Draisaitl, John Tavares, maybe? Or do we hold on to him and have good faith that this slow season is just kind of a fluke? Like, we have options. And then, like I said, if we do trade for Ekblad, we will find, as has been suggested, a solid defensive center for that third line to play between Meier and Emile Poirier. If we keep Lappin, he will be on the fourth line, unless, like I said, we have this as the third line, even though Poirier only has a 76 in faceoffs. A lot of options, a lot of potential combinations. We could also improve on De Giuseppe and Dowd, although he's up to 20 points and he's a +7, and he has good morale or good chemistry with Sergachev and Dal Call, which is pretty important to us. And then Nick Dowd. Again, I'm not disappointed in what he has done for us this year. He's on a 1-year deal. So it's just, it's tough. It is tough, and that's why I want your input. Let me know. I'm not going to attach a poll to this. I want to know. Let me know in the comments what you think we should do, and we'll kind of treat it like Bork's Battalion in a way. I'm not going to say top comment, the most liked comment is what we're going to do. But if you agree with what someone has said, of course, make sure to thumbs up their comment. Let me know. This is a major turning point in this series where, maybe we hold on to what we have here and we're good enough to win the cup. Maybe we make a move and we, increase our odds tenfold. Maybe we make a move and it just changes everything in a negative way and we screw ourselves out of a potential cup victory. No idea. We have no idea. We have 22 games to go. We are the top team in the Western Conference, 1 point back of the Flyers. This is not going to be easy. But like I said, let me know down in the comments below what you think we should do. And until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Of course, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy. I know, on the shorter side. Subscribe if you haven't already to continue following this series and others. And I will see you guys in the next one where, again, who the hell knows what happens with this team.